What's up, y'all? This is Rob Bass, and you're chilling with Diandra Marie. No doubt, y'all. It takes two.
That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me.
Hey everybody, it's Diandra Marie
and Rolonda.
And this is
You're Gonna Regret This.
Girl, regret is a huge
That's
part.
the word of the day.
For real.
This episode brought to you by the letter R.
For regret. We'll be on Sesame Street soon, alright?
Yeah.
We just gonna have to kick it off. So, Rolonda and I are huge fans of the rap artist Tupac. We decided, let's go to see All Eyez on Me opening Thursday. The Thursday before it comes out.
Boom.
So, I think now would be the perfect time to transition our... because it's time for some shading in our shades, because we have shade.
Well, okay, I'm gonna start by saying All Eyez on Me, for the uninitiated, is a biopic about the life of Tupac from his childhood to his death. The storyline was kind of broken down in that he had these conversations with this interviewer played by Hill Harper, and then eventually transitions out of the interviews into just his life. And well, okay, so I thought it was a really important film in the terms of like it gave a very clear-cut telling of his story. It highlighted some of his early days in performing arts and art in general.
Yeah.
He was a poet, and you know, like I think that in that sense, it was very important for the culture. Especially people who don't know a lot of the story. Like, I love his music, but I didn't know all of his history, and I think the movie did help give me some insight into that.
No, I agree. I thought the stuff that they touched on in the movie, as far as the topics they talked about, amazing. I feel like it touched on literally every part of his life that was super important. Like, honestly, if you read like his Wikipedia page, most of that stuff, if not all of that stuff, was in the movie. So I thought it was great in that regard.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll probably be one of the nicest things I say though. Because the way they told the story, it was choppy. What was happening was, he was doing an interview. Hey, so Tupac, let's talk about your family life. Scene.
Cut.
Yeah. Family life. Alright, so what about your relationship with when you first met Jada Pinkett? Cut. So when do one or the other. Tell the story or talk or do it in an interview style. But after like the third time of it doing
got exhausting.
I couldn't keep. I was like, there's no point in me getting emotionally invested into the cutaways. Because it's just gonna cut back to the interview and we're gonna talk about something almost completely different.
Yeah, constant cuts.
Yeah, and they tried to make the cuts go in order. But because it was choppy,
it just messed up the whole flow.
I couldn't get into the flow. There was no flow.
There was no flow, and
I didn't like it.
Just a lot of inaccuracy.
Bruh, when Jada Pinkett tweeted all the things that were just inaccurate, I was like, ooh.
It made me sad.
But come on. First of all, she said that he never spoke to her before he left for LA because it was just no time. It was an abrupt move. And okay, so why did they show that? Then they said she didn't even know about the poem that was dedicated to her.
That got released recently. The poem that he reads to her in the movie. Like, I remember when that poem came out and I was like, oh wow, that's really like more romantic than I would have expected.
But he ain't read it to her though.
It wasn't read in the it was so annoying.
And she said she didn't meet him backstage to tell him about himself.
Oh, that mess. No, Jada was
none of that happened.
Jada was very disappointed.
So, and supposedly someone spotted an iPhone 7 in this movie. How are you that careless? How are you that careless that you have a phone that came out when? This year, 2017? 2016, the latest. Are you kidding me? Tupac ain't even make it to 2000.
10 years of preparation for this film and you don't have a single dramaturgy department like checking your props. Like, also corny.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one of the corny things.
They infused Tupac lyrics into so much of this film.
But made it corny though.
The most glaring offense. You want to talk about it?
Oh, I want to talk about it. So this is a scene where apparently he has finished recording All Eyez on Me, but has been trying to come up with an album name. So he goes into Suge Knight's office. He tries to say, he gives him like a title, and Suge is like, no, I want it to be more personal. So apparently they want us to believe that Tupac said, well, you know, recently, I just feel like everybody been in my business. Like all eyes is on me. All eyes on me. Like, you want me to believe that that's how Tupac came up with all eyes on me? But those corny lines were scattered throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And it was to the point where Rolonda and I would just laugh because I'm like, there's no way this was said.
I had to laugh to keep from crying anyway. Just like, so much was just like not real in the movie, and I think that the place where it showed the most was maybe in the characters. Now, to be fair, the thing that kind of drew me to the movie was the fact that Demetrius Shipp Jr., who plays Tupac, looks like Tupac.
Yeah.
I trusted him.
Trusted.
To be Tupac. And, you know, his performance in the music videos, like as Tupac, like they do Brenda's Got a Baby, and it's like so legit. Like I'm like, whoa, Tupac moves like that. Like that's how he performed. But then like they would show scenes from like Juice, and
it was so forced. Him trying to be Tupac and Juice. It reminded
me of how good of an actor Tupac was.
Because you saw him trying to be Tupac and you're like, oh, that's not.
Like Tupac, that's if you're still alive, you should have just come back and played yourself.
For real. Because they didn't do a great job at it.
I mean, no offense to Demetrius.
You did your best.
Did, like, literally no offense. Yeah. Like, he was great.
But it wasn't believable. And I think another place where it wasn't believable, but I also semi-appreciate, is that when Biggie, Notorious B.I.G. was first introduced, they used the same guy from Notorious.
You know, continuity. It's cool.
Hey, I was like, wow, 2 different films, same characters, but I'm with it. Unfortunately, though, the guy who plays Notorious in the film, he lost quite a bit of weight.
Significant amount of weight.
So I no longer felt like I was looking at Biggie Smalls. We were looking at 2
like
Smalls. Medium Smalls, maybe chunky Smalls, but not Biggie Smalls. And that, I was just like...
that was a little confusing.
Yeah, because now then that showed to me, you're just throwing people in. Now, if we can just cut real quick to the worst of some of the worst.
Okay.
You can't just take a skinny guy and put on a Party City afro that maybe most frat guys use at their blackface parties and say that's Snoop Dogg. I'm sorry, that doesn't work for me.
That's what I was gonna say too. Snoop Dogg was fake.
And I read this in a review, and I'm glad that someone agreed with me. I didn't even feel like the guy that played Snoop Dogg was saying his lines. Like, I felt like
a lot of people.
I felt like Snoop Dogg said the lines.
They were dubbed over,
and he was just mouthing it.
It was too authentically Snoop Dogg when like nothing else about this actor was Snoop Dogg.
That was bad.
So Snoop Dogg visits Hot 97, and he talks to Angie Martinez, but like they just I feel like they just found, you know, like a Latina who could fake a New York accent.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing else.
I didn't know who that was supposed to be. Rolonda was the one that leaned over
and was like, and I'm like, I really hope that's not Angie Martinez.
And then she started talking. I'm like, that's who that's supposed to be. I'm like, wow. And the whole theater started laughing. Like, we weren't even being that loud. But the theater was laughing.
Very respectful black people at the movie.
I would just like to say, we saved our comments for our platform.
Okay.
But people knew what we had to be saying because they heard her talking. They just started busting out laughing. Like, that's supposed to be Angie Martinez?
It was a shame.
Really?
It was a shame. I'm sad.
I'm sad too. I'm very disappointed. And I know a lot of people said, well, you know, you have to respect the film. It is about Tupac's life. And
I respect the story.
I was about to say, I respect the points that they talked about. I do think that, like I said, everything that was very important and imperative in Tupac's life was spoken about. I love that. That was the only good thing. That's the only good thing I can say. For me, that gives it at least like, maybe 50% decent. Not 50% good, 50% decent because the storyline was great. A lot of biopics don't really have that, you know? Sometimes there's always something missing or, and I felt like there wasn't anything missing from this. Outside of that, trash. Like, honestly, I'm very disappointed, and I'm not coming at it as, I'm not even coming at it as Diandra Marie. I'm coming at it as like, Diandra, fan of Tupac. It was trash, and I'm very upset because I'm a huge Tupac fan. Notorious was great, not comparing the two, but I'm like, yo, the way Notorious came out, I know the Tupac movie gonna be just as good, if not better, because there's such a gap in when Notorious came out.
Yeah.
And I sat there for 2.5 hours, and I honestly couldn't wait until the end. I was like, God, thank you for getting me out of here. Like,
I have to say, like, I'm so happy about there being biopics about Black artists of, you know, all the different forms of entertainment. But like, if we're gonna do it, we can't give it the Tupac treatment. We can't give it the Nina Simone treatment. We can't give it the Whitney Houston Lifetime treatment.
Well, hold on, Whitney was alright. Aaliyah, we can talk about.
We can't give it the Aaliyah treatment.
Yeah, okay.
We'll talk about it later. But
okay,
like, if we're gonna do it, we should just do it right.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting an extra 5 or 10 years for a Tupac movie if it's gonna be done correctly.
If this
don't
is
just
the
throw
movie,
stuff together.
Yeah, like if this is the movie that's gonna be preserved as the Tupac movie, like, nah.
I say, you know, I know there's a lot of film festivals. If anybody, I mean, obviously it's back up for grabs. So if anyone wants to do a biopic for Tupac, because I do believe it can be a lot better, please feel free. Please feel free. And, you know, if you want to give us tickets for the screening and
we love tickets
and pay for our flight. If it's trash, we'll have to let you know. We'll just do it nicer. That's all. Because you paid for our stuff. So, I don't know, bro. I'm very disappointed. I'm very upset.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, it's already out there.
It is what it is.
It only has like 20-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. So that just goes to show it's not just us. So you can say whatever you want.
It's not us being haters.
Right.
It's a general consensus at the movie. So.
With the who's left, who's somebody you would maybe want to see a biopic for?
Wow. I mean, I really, really would love a biopic about Prince. Even though he was like a very like private person, so maybe wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be more interesting than his music. So I don't really know, but I love him, so I would go.
Prince is a good one. Like, Prince is someone, and that's someone I would want to see if it's done right.
He's an icon. Like, why would you not want a biopic about him, right?
Well, I want to see if it's done right. Because if he's a private person, I want to see all the things that was in private. That would be great.
That would be a dream.
I don't mind seeing a biopic over maybe like a Patti LaBelle, or even even if it's not a music legend, even like Cicely Tyson.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, like people who have literally
I would kill for Cicely Tyson's story. She's been acting for so long.
I mean, and it doesn't even have to be Black people. Like it could be whoever. Yeah.
I want a George Michael biopic.
Hey.
I would do that.
Listen, I would even, maybe not now, I would even go for Eminem biopic. I would watch an Eminem biopic, for real. You know who I would want to see a biopic about?
Okay.
Viola Davis. I could stand to see a, what?
We here at You're Gonna Regret This are
we are huge fans of Viola Davis. Shonda Rhimes. Anyone that kind of works with Shonda Rhimes.
Black women doing great things.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah. What is it? The Black Excellence Hollywood, the Black Women in Hollywood.
Yes, awards.
You're okay in our you're okay in our book. I mean, we're putting it out there. I hope you guys give us writing credit or something when it comes time to make the movie.
All those names, write them down.
Yeah, right. We don't make the movies, we just make this. We review them.
But I'm coming for my coins.
You know, Rolonda, we have come to a close. It's been a lot of shading. We haven't taken our shades off.
I was just thinking about how we haven't taken our shades off, but you know what? This is my true essence. Maybe I'll be able to spend next episode without these. No, I don't know.
She can't make promises on You're Gonna
I'm not gonna lie to you.
She would wear them all the time.
They're like so cute too with the bamboo.
For real, Collinsville, we thank you.
In the sun, in the shade,
in a house,
in the rain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna be Dr. Seuss authors too. We're multifaceted here, okay?
Listen.
So, Rolonda, I know what your answer is probably gonna be, but do you regret anything?
I regret seeing All Eyez On Me.
Well, besides that. We all know this.
No, I don't regret anything about this episode. I feel like we spoke our truth. I don't regret loving Tupac despite being disappointed by this movie.
Yeah.
I don't regret any of my choices for biopics. So no regrets.
Well, thank you, Rolonda, again for your well thought out answer that you give every episode. And we shade each other, okay? So don't feel bad, All Eyes on Me people.
No, the shade, it flings everywhere.
Yeah, but no, I don't regret anything outside of seeing the Tupac movie. These are valid feelings. I've told everyone who would listen to me about how much I didn't like it and why.
Yeah.
So, you know, I am very disappointed. It came from a genuine fan of Tupac.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't feel bad. Follow us on all social media.
I am at Rolonda Lorray on the Instagram and the Twitter.
And I am on all social media at It's Diandra Marie. It's Diandra Marie.
And Rolonda.
And we're out. Bye.